Om. Om. Om.
Om Apyayantu Mamangani. Om Apyayantu Mamangani. Vak Pranaschakshushrotramatho Balamindriyani cha sarvani. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakaro Anirakaranamastvanirakaranam me astu Tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaste mai santu te mai santu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Mahopanisad, chapter 4, take mantra 88. By mastery of the mind. Mastery of the mind means making the mind totally introvert. Presently, as the mind, nature of the mind, what it is extrovert, preoccupied in Vishayas. Having withdrawn that it has to be made introvert. Such a mind alone can display what Atma, Brahma is in its true nature, free from all visheshas of vishayas. Read 88.
Manovyadhe chikitsartham upayam kathayami te yadyat swabhimatam vastu tatyajan mokshamashnute.
Te manovyadhe chikitsartham upayam kathayami yad swabhimatam vastu tatyajan moksham ashnute. Te, to you, O Nidaga, I am now telling you, kathayami, I am going to tell you what? Manovyadhe chikitsartham upaya. Upaya, that means remedy for chikitsa, to treat, to cure the disease. What disease it is? Manovyadhi. Manovyadhi. The disease of the mind. You may say, I am mentally sound. I am not a madman. I am a vivek, etc. True. But the mind itself is a one which has got disease of projecting the creation samsara. The entire samsara that we scream of, which is calamitous, we say, is truly not there, but it is projected by the mind, just as dream world, including the dreamer. So therefore, Nidhaga, to you, manovyadhe chikitsatham, to cure the disease called mind, upayam, a remedial measure, kathayami, I am going to tell you. What is it? Is yad yad swabhimatam vastu. Whatever that is, desired thing. Swabhimatam means ichitam, thing desired by you. In the sense, if I get that, I will be happy. My happiness depends on that object. I must get it by all means. I will work for it. Such a desired object by which you hope to be happy. Without which you are what? Incomplete, according to you. Such a thing. So desire ichchita vastu. So tejan, give it up. Moksham ashnute. Very easy, is it not? Try. You understand? Unless staunch vairagya is there, one cannot give up desired object. Because his happiness depends on that, according to that person. So that means, if this is there, moksha is what? As good as gained, because this will give you the disposition required to know your Swarupa, Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. So that was Tejan, Moksham Ashnute, Moksham Prapnoti. Further explain, read.
स्वायत्तमेकान्तहितं स्वेच्छितत्यागवेदनं यस्य दुष्करतां यातं धिक्तं पुरुषकीटकम्
Swayattam, ekantahitam, swepsita tyaga vedanam, yasya dushkaratam yatam, tam purushakitakam dhik, tam purushakitakam dhik. The necessity of giving up the desired object is highlighted in terms of despising a person who is incapable of doing this. Swayattam, that is depending on oneself, in one's control, keeping oneself under control, depending on oneself. Atmanirbharona, self-dependent, not dependent on happiness. We always seek happiness, dependent happiness. But truly, we are independent happiness. So long as we seek dependent happiness, dependent on the Vishayas, sense object, desired sense object, dependent on one's body, dependent on one's mind. All these three should reconcile. They should be in harmony. Then you can get the Vishaya Sukha. This balancing is next to impossible. First thing, the desired object you may or may not get. Having got it, no guarantee it is going to be there permanently with you. Even if it is there with you, it may wane away. Your mind may not be in a condition to enjoy it. Your body may be full of diseases, you can't enjoy it. See how much dependence. Whereas your Swarupa is independent, not dependent on your body, mind also. Because it is happiness principle. And then you may say, it may be happiness principle, but to experience that we need something, no. No, it is self-evident principle. It is self-experiencing principle. It is self-knowing principle. Nepti Swarupa, Anubhava Swarupa. See, these meaning of these words are not understood properly for many people, by many people. When you say, see, look here, I am teaching, you are listening. Find out what all dependence is there. First thing, it is being transmitted through some device, dependence. And the one who operates that, dependence. Electricity, dependence. Network, dependence. Your ears, dependence. Your mind, dependence. See, how many dependences? Here it is said, independent, because to hear this, you need all these things. To know this, you know, by teaching, you don't need all this, you depend on that. Whereas, to experience or know this, nothing required, because itself is the experience principle, knowledge principle. Just as you know this famous illustration from Atmabodha, na deepasya anya deepecha. A lamp doesn't need another lamp to illuminate. So also, this happiness principle, me, which is independent of everything, independent of our body, independent of your sense organs, independent of our mind, itself is Nepti Swarupa, knowing principle, experiencing principle. So therefore, it is Swayattam. That means to have that happiness which is my Swarupa, independent. That is what? Ekanta hitam. This accomplishment is what? Ekantena hitam. Invariably good to oneself. No doubt. To be self-dependent, to have that happiness which is independent of everything, is ekantena hitam. Invariably good to everyone. And what is that? Swepsita tyaga vedanam. Being independent in terms of vedanam, knowledge in the sense of attitude. That attitude to give up one's desired thing is swayattam, is under one's control. It is depending on oneself and not anyone else. Ekanta hitam, invariably it is what? Good to everyone. And such a thing, if one is unable to get it, really he is a useless person. Yasya duskaratam yatam. The person to whom such accomplishment is dushkara, very difficult to get, not possible to again. Tam purusha kitakam. That person is what? Purusha kitaka. Only the name and form is a man, but actually is an insect, a worm, useless person, a mean person. They fire upon him. He's a despisable person, worth nothing. So therefore, so that means the case, swayatata, that independence in terms of sense object is something which is great, which can be gained by just discarding any desirable object. Without this, moksha is impossible. So long as our mind is preoccupied in all these desired things, it is next to impossible to gain one's knowledge. Continue, read 90.
स्वपौरुषेकसाध्येन स्वेप्सितत्यागरूपिणा मनः प्रशममात्रेण विना नास्ति शुभा गतिः.
स्वपौरुषैक साध्येन स्वेप्सित त्याग रूपिणा मन प्रशम मात्रेण विना शुभा गति नास्ति. स्वपौरुषैक साध्य, by this mana prashama, total mastery of the mind in terms of withdrawing the mind totally from Vishaya, sense object. It is not a matter of withdrawing by force. You may deny the sense object by force, but mind will perforce run after the Vishayas. You have to educate the mind in terms of viveka, and the mind itself should withdraw from it. Otherwise, it will be dhamma, mastery of the indriyas without controlling the mind. It should be shama, also dhamma must be there. Shama, mastery of the mind. Say, mana prashama matrena vina. Vina, without the prashama, total mastery of the mind. How? Swapaurushayika sadhena swepsita tyaga rupina. In the form of giving up. Tyaga rupina. In the form of giving up what? Swepsita. Swepsita, desired thing by oneself. Things desired by oneself. And how can we gain? Swa Paurushaika sadhena. It can be gained by only one means. What is that? One's own effort. Nobody else will be able to help you. You cannot purchase it. You have to work for it and develop it. Swapaurushayika sadhena. The thing that can be gained by one's own industrious effort. And what is it? Swepsita tyaga rupina, which is the form of giving up whatever that is desired by oneself. As a result, one gains what? Mastery of the mind. Without that, mana prashama matrena vidam. Without such mastery of the mind, wherein it is totally withdrawn from all the sense object desired by oneself. Shubhagati. Shubhagati is moksha. So Shubhagati, moksha, nasti is not there at all. Is not there at all. Shubhagati, nasti is not there at all. So that means giving up desired entities is so important. Why so? The reason is given. Continue.
असङ्कल्पनशस्त्रेण छिन्नं चित्तमिदं यदा सर्वं सर्वगतं शान्तं ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा.
Yada idam chittam asankalpana shastrena chinnam tada sarvam sarvagatam shantam brahma sampadyate. This is when you can gain Brahma. You can own up Brahma by Brahmajnana. Yada, when you accomplish this, idam chittam, this mind of ours, chinnam, cut asunder, totally cut. By what weapon? Asankalpana shastrena. By the Shastra, by the weapon of asankalpa, having no sankalpas. Sankalpa can mean desires. By the weapon of getting rid of, discarding all desires, which can be further extended as sankalpa as all manovyaparas, all mentations, all mental functions. So, look, a desire means mind is always preoccupied with thinking what to do, how to get it, and how to preserve it, how to enjoy it, what are precautions that it doesn't get destroyed. It doesn't get lost. Mind is always active. No desire, shanti, shanti, shanti. You know that in Bhagavata, one illustration is there. A hawk means fast flying bird got a piece of meat. Of course, it is food. It grabbed it. Meanwhile, other hawks saw it. They also wanted to have that. There was no other thing. So therefore, they attacked this hawk with the piece of meat in the beak. This hawk started running, flying, and they started chasing. This was a long time. The chase is going on, and that hawk got so exhausted. It simply dropped that piece of meat. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Nobody chasing. Nobody is chasing. So shanti, shanti. So like that. So here, so long as sankalpa is there, desire is there, mind is bound to be full of, mind is bound to be full of thoughts, thinking. So therefore, idam chittam, this mind, asankalpana shastri, by the weapon of being freed from desire, by becoming desireless. So, by the weapon of desirelessness, and you can take it further by the weapon of what? Withdrawing from all manovyapara. Sankalpa has got many meanings. Here it can be taken as desire and the manovyapara. So asankalpana matrena idam chittam chinnam. This mind gets destroyed. And thereby what happens? Tada, then you can gain Brahma. Brahma sampadyate. Brahma prapyate. Brahma is gained. What is that nature of Brahma? Say, Sarvam. Sarvam means here Sarvaswarupam. Sarvaswarupam. Sarvagatam. Sarvagatam. One is direct meaning all pervasive. All pervasive. Sarvagatam. Shantam. Sarvagatam also can mean Sarvantaryami. One who is the Antaryami of everyone. Antaha san yamayati. Abiding in each and every one who controls. Shantam. Shanta means what? Prapanchopashamam. Prapancha rahitam. Free from prapancha. Brahma Sampadyate. That Brahma is gained in the sense it is discovered as one's Swarupa, and that itself is moksha. Continue.
भवभावनया मुक्तः मुक्तः परमया धिया धारयात्मानमव्यग्रः ग्रस्तचित्तं चितः पदम्
Bhava Bhavanaya Mukta. Paramaya Dhiya Yukta. Avyagraha and San Grasta Chittam Atmanam Chitaha Padam Dharaya. Bhava Bhavanaya Mukta. Bhavana, Chintana here. Thinking of what? Bhava. Bhava is samsara. Always thinking of this samsara. Means what? Thinking of oneself, what I want. Well, all, what we do always. A common man, what he does 24/7 is samsara chinta. Thinking about one's life. That is mean bhavavanya mukta. Free from chintana. Thinking of brooding over bhava samsara means having got freed from bahir mukhata. Thinking of samsara means what? Being extrovert. So having got freed from extrovertedness, at the same time, paramaya dhiya yukta. Yukta endowed with paramadhi, the most exalted buddhi. What it can be? The buddhi which conforms to Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. Which is called as what? Buddhi, Antakarana, conforming to Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, is called what? Akhandakara vritti. In the Shiva Rahasya, sixth Ausha, sixth part, called Ruhogita. Akhandakara vritti is defined as Akhandakara vritti chittasya brahmatmata. Akhandakara vritti chittasya brahmatmata. The chitta the mind antakarana. Becoming Brahmatma means Brahma Swarupa. Mind becoming Brahma Swarupa means what? See, we have seen this. Mind conforming to Brahma Swarupa. That is what is Akhandakara Vritti. That is what is here there told as Paramadhi. By that Paramadhi, Akhandakara Vritti. Akhandakara Vritti itself is what? Jivan Mukti. You are directly experiencing the Swarupa. You are absorbed, abiding in the Swarupa. Whereas Brahma's rasa matrata is Videha Mukti. Even without such vritti, remaining as Paramanda Brahma, Brahma rasa, that is Videha Mukti. So, being freed from Bhava Bhavana, Samsara Chintana, having become Antarmukha, and being endowed with Paramadhi. Paramadhi is the Akhandakara Vritti, making the mind Brahma Swarupa. Thereby, Avyagrahasan, being very careful, being steady, being attentive, because mind is bound to get distracted. You should be very alert to keep the mind steady in such a the Paramadhi, free from Bhava Bhavana. Avyagrahasan, Grasta Chittam, Atmanam, Dharaya. Grasta Chittam means Nashta Manaha. The mind, no more a mind because it is not preoccupied the Vishayas. That Grasta Chitta means Nashta Mana, wherein Manonasha is gained. Atmanam Chitaha Padam Dharaya. Dharaya, hold on. The Atma Swarupa, Chitaha Padam. The Atma Swarupa, hold on to that Atma Swarupa. Make the mind absorbed in that. Further, same process is explained. Continue.
Param Paurushamaashritya Nitva Chittamachittatam Dhyanato Hridayakashe Chiti Chitchakradharaya.
Param Paurusham Ashritya Chittam Achittatam Nitva Chitchakradharaya Dhyanataha Hridayakashi No, not that. Param Paurusham Ashritya Chittam Achittatam Nitva Chitchakra Dharaya, not Dharaya, Chitchakra Dharaya. Hridaya Dhyanataha Hridayakashe Chiti. One more line is there. Manomaraya and Tada Nishankam Tvam Araya Na Prabadhanti. See, Naraya is there, not plural of Nari. Na Araya, Naraya. Naraya, Naraya. Once again, Param Paurusham Ashritya Chittam Achittatam Nitva Chit Chakra Dharaya Dhyanataha Hridayakashe Chiti Nishankam Manaha Maraya. Tada, to be added. Tvam Araya Na Prabadhanti. If you do this, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara will not pester you. They will not bind you to samsara. What needs to be done? First, Param Paurusham Ashritya. Having resorted to Parapaurusha, industrious self-effort. This is not an easy thing. Constant, consistent effort for a long time is necessary. So therefore, one should be mentally ready. Otherwise, no, everyone is forefront to begin new things. But they give up very soon the effort. No. Param Paurusha, having taken to great industrious efforts. For what effort? Chittam achittatam nitva. Making the mind no mind. Having got what is called as manonasha. Manonasha. Making the mind no more function, keeping the mind or making the mind no more function. You may wonder, what sadhana is this? People say, this mind is a so beautiful equipment, why stone it? Yes, mind is the beautiful, not only beautiful, the best equipment, not just best equipment, the indispensable equipment as far as Vyavahara is concerned. As far as your interaction with the world is concerned, in terms of accomplishing what you want. But from Paramartha, same mind is the worst enemy, because entire samsara is the projection of mind and mind alone, nothing else. If any doubt, scrutinize your deep sleep experience. Compare and contrast deep sleep experience with the experiences of dream and the waking. Mind is not in the sleep, no samsara, cause may be there, that is true. Mind is present in a waking and dream, entire samsara. Simple. Mind is the one who projects, imagines the samsara. So, chittam achittatam nitva. Having made the mind, no mind, manonasha. Manonasha means what? It is not interested in the any vishayas of the jagat. Nothing to get from the jagat. For once, happiness. Then chit chakra dharaya dhyanataha hridayakashe chiti. Nishankam manaha mare. How to make the mind no mind? How to accomplish manonasha? Here is the remedy. Chit chakra dharaya. By repeated dhyana, meditation of chit. Today, what? We have what? Chakradhara. Vishaya Chakradharaya. We are totally preoccupied by dhara, flow, continuous flow of Vishayas, Vishaya Chintana. Presently, our mind is totally preoccupied with the Vishaya Chintana, thinking of sense object. Now, totally opposed to that, the mind must be only Chit and Chit alone. Chaitanya and Chaitanya Swarupa alone. Vishaya Vasanas, Vishaya thinking should be gutted off. It can just be made Chinmatra Vasana. Thinking of Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone in the sense. Drop all Vishaya Chintana. What remains is Chinmatra. That is what he said. Chit Chakradharaya. By giving the mind the Chinmatra Dhara, Chit Pratyaya Dhara, Pratyayas, thoughts, which are what? Predominantly Chaitanya without any Vishaya Chintana. By the Chit Chakradharaya means Dhyanataha. By meditation on Chaitanya Swarupa, free from Vishaya Chintana. What is to be done is the mind has to be quietened. That's mind should not get preoccupied with the Vishaya Chin. Automatically it becomes what? Chin Matra. Dhyanatah Hridayakashe Chiti. The Chaitanya abiding in the Hardakasha. Hardakasha, space in the heart region. It is, as an individual is concerned, Hardakasha, the Hridaya, which is the seat of Antakarana, is said to be the place of dwelling of the Paramatma Brahma Swarupa. You may say, if we dissect the heart, it is not seen. Simple. Can you see space there? In heart spaces there or not? Yes. Can you see it? No. Atindriya. Imperceptible. You can't see, hear, taste, touch, smell. How are you able to perceive it? So that way, Ardhakashe, Chiti, in that Chaitanya, Manaha Maraya, Nishankam. Nishankam is certainly, undoubtedly. What you do? Kill this mind. Tada, then to you, Tvam, Arayaha, enemies. What are enemies? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsya. What is called as Arishad Varga. The group of 6 enemies. Kama, desire. Krodha, anger. Lobha, greed. Moha, ignorance. Mada, haughtiness. Matsara, envy, jealousy. All Jat Bhai, they are brothers. One means all will come there. So therefore, what you do, certainly, Manaha Maraya, destroy this mind. Then what happens? Araya no prabadnanti. Haris, that is the dacoits, enemies. No prabadnanti. Kama, Krodha, etc. They will not bind you. You have this. What are those? These 6 enemies. You lose your Swarupa, you get bound forever. As told here, have control over them. You will discover what your Swarupa is. Further guidance is given. Continue.
Ayam sohamidam tanme etavanmatrakam manaha tadabhavana datreneva viliyate.
Mana ayam saha idam aham tat me etavan matrakam. Tad bhavana, not tad bhavana. तदभावना मात्रेण तस्य तेषाम अभावना मात्रेण तदभावना मात्रेण धात्रेणैव विलूयते धात्रेणैव एव इव विलूयते. This is what mind is. Mind is what it thinks, what it broods. What does it do? Manaha, mind is like this. It goes on projecting, imagining like this. I am Saha. Mind is in terms of this thing. This is that person. I am Saha. Idam Aham. This body is me. This is me. Tat me. That thing belongs to me. Etavan matrakam mana. This is what mind is. So what is to be done? This mind is. You do this. What? Don't allow the mind to get involved in this, or don't allow the mind to entertain these thoughts. Tadabhavana matrena tesham abhavana matrena. By not thinking all of them. What are they? I am Saha. This is that person. Idam aham. This is me. Tat me. That belongs to me. All this, the mind that is already always preoccupied with. Without thinking of this, abhavana matrena, the so-called mind, what happens? Gets totally cut. Manaha, abhavana matrena, add manaha. Datrena eva viluyate. Datra is sickle. Like sickle means like cutting the grass with sickle. I don't know whether you know this. Totally Bombay will not know it. Villagers know it. With a sickle, you go on what cutting the grass. You could see that how fast they do that. So by sickle, how the grass is cut, so the mind will be cut asunder. So this way, mind has to be cut. No room for desired object. And here, in terms of not thinking of all these, that we accomplish manonasha, Brahmajnana is what? Inevitable. That person can never miss the Brahmajnana. We'll continue. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ